some of these kids are going to be able to do that because they're 5-star talent, really good 4-star talent. Most of these kids are not just walking around college just banking like that. So let's get that myth out of there first and foremost.
I got my dog, none other than the horseshoe legend himself, man. Jonathan Wells, Houston Texans standout. Jay Wells, what's good, bruh?
What's good? Oh, what's going on, baby? How you doing?
Oh man, we back at it, man. You know, you was kicking up some dust last time, Jay. You know that, right?
Let's go.
I mean, it is what it is. Listen, since the last time we talked, man, Ohio State Representative Josh Williams, he introduced a bill making it illegal to plant a flag on the field, all right, making it a felony. All right, what do you think about that? Jay, you smirking now. You looking like, what's happening? Talk to me.
Nah, my thing is the corniest thing I ever heard in my life. I have no idea what they're doing, but obviously they, like I said, they definitely got to have more constructive things that they could be doing up there than passing bills about planting a flag in a horseshoe, you know what I'm saying, or any stadium for that matter. If they want this to stop, the NCAA just has to come in and say that it's illegal when it's done. But for them to be trying to pass bills and everything, it's making us look real weak in Columbus right now. I hate it.
Okay. I mean, I know somebody approached him, man, about, saying that it looked real weak. And he said he was trying to prevent, law enforcement from being, attacked and handled. Are we protecting tradition, or are we letting this rivalry get out of hand in some ways, in your opinion?
I don't think it's out of hand. This is what the rivalry's been. That's why it's known as the greatest rivalry in all of sports history. You know what I'm saying? So this stuff has been going on since the beginning of time. Obviously, right now with social media, it's taken to another level. But we've been scrapping with these guys, man. That's just a part of how it goes. But you definitely want to protect law enforcement. You don't want to have to be bringing out pepper spray. It's never going to that extent. You know what I'm saying? It's normally been during the game. You know what I'm saying? Right before the game. But you definitely don't want to have law enforcement being injured. But got to scale it back a little bit. But nah, we don't need to do all that.
You have any idea what the numbers look like, man, with rivalries like that? Have you ever heard those numbers tossed around when it comes to Michigan, Ohio State? The type
what
of
you
money,
mean? What kind of numbers?
As far as the money, the money that the schools make.
I never did a deep dive into that game and how much that rivalry has drawn. But it's a lot of bread. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, when you talk about viewership across college football, Ohio State, Michigan is always the top every year. You know what I'm saying? Even including some of the championship games, we surpass that every single year. So it's definitely the most televised game in college football. So it's a great rivalry, man. I'm glad I was able to play a part of that.
Absolutely. Let's switch gears, Jay. Now, your thoughts. There's reports that Bill Belichick is going to UNC, all right, University of North Carolina Tar Heels, man. What do you think of that? What do you think that means for that program? And are those kids ready for a coach of that caliber coming in there in this day and age?
I was asked about this yesterday, man, and I kind of said that I thought it was going to be a straight debacle. But as I got home and I thought about it a little bit more, obviously the man knows football. Once again, he has a championship DNA. So if he can get out of his own way, because we know that his personality is not going to mesh well with this younger generation. Yeah. So if he can get somebody in that place to be the face for that, and he just focus on football alone, how could you go against Bill Belichick? I think he'll be able to bring a championship. Will depend on how the type of recruits they're able to get and things of that nature. But I think he may be able to pull it off. I think he may be able to do it.
I'll be interested to see how he handles NIL. What do you think about that being a pipeline to the NFL as well, man, for UNC in particular? I've never necessarily heard about UNC being, that, you know what I mean, in that capacity. So, it could be something new, but your thoughts on that as well?
Yeah. I think, can they become a pipeline to the NFL? I think that's what they're going to sell. That's what they're going to stand on, because obviously you got a coach now that, come on, man, he has multiple Super Bowl championships. So any kid's living room that he's going to go sit in, they're going to know one thing: this man knows how to win championships. Now, he's going to recruit guys where he's going to be brutally honest, which is going to be great for his program. You know, he's not going to be kissing butt for guys and, you know, begging guys to sign there. You know, he's going to keep his formula that's been working for him. And I think the kids that want to be there, that want a chance to play for a Super Bowl winning coach for 4 years, 3-4 years, I think it may be a great opportunity because I visited the University of North Carolina. So it's a great university, great location, and I think he may be able to get something going over there.
Okay. And now, you know, I know you mentioned the youngins. How do you see them relating to a coach like Bill Belichick? Obviously, he's almost 80, and we know he runs things. He runs a tight ship. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
How do you see that relationship budding? I mean, is he going to be the NIL guy too? I mean, is he going to be offering that up? You know, in your opinion?
I think that he's going to allow the guys that he brings in on his staff to do most of the coaching of these players. You got to remember, like, the head coach can only spend but so much time with all of the players. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you spend the majority of the time with your position coach. So as long as he has the right position coaches around him, I think he'll be able to step in when he needs to on disciplinary action stuff. And as far as the money, I think he'll be one of the best when it comes to dealing with money because you got to remember, this is a man that lives and breathes on not overpaying players. Bill Belichick finds players from that was working at the mailbox and put them with Tom Brady, and those guys became stars. So he understands how to develop talent that is not based upon being a 5-star or a first-round pick. He has proven that he can develop talent and win championships with guys that are not 4 and 5-star. So he may be on to something out there in Chapel Hill.
Yeah. Let's talk about the league real quick, man. And Roger Goodell, man, he had a press conference where he spoke about that relationship with Jay-Z, despite all these, you know, allegations that have been, you know, swirling around. What do you think about the statement that the commissioner made as it relates to that relationship and reaffirming it?
I kind of wish he would do that for some of the players as well, because I know as soon as players get accused of something, they're automatically out of there. There's no talking about it. There's no let's wait and see. No, the players are out of there instantly. That's just how I go in the league. So I wish, you know, I just see a little bit of hypocrisy there when it comes to riding with him. But from a personal standpoint, I'm glad they're riding for him. I'm tired of seeing people lose their jobs, lose opportunities because of allegations. There's nothing been proven yet, so it's kind of like a double-edged sword with this one. The players have not been given this benefit, but I'm happy to see them stepping up for somebody. Just because they're accused of something doesn't mean that they're guilty right off the bat.
Spoken as only Jay Wells would, though, huh? I like it, Doc. I get you, man. Another aspect, man, of the league is this Pro Bowl list that came out. Now, Patrick Mahomes was left off of this top 10 Pro Bowl vote getters list. And a lot of people are asking questions, they're speculating, but, you know, what do you think about it? Is it disrespect to him? Or, you know, are we just really highly accustomed to, you know, him being great? You know, it seems like, you know, when Brady was in there, he would always get mentioned. But it seems like, you know, that's not necessarily the case for Mahomes, man. But how do you view that?
So let me ask you this, because I'm not familiar, I'll be honest. What is his stats like this year? I know they're winning, but is his stats crazy? Are there other quarterbacks in the NFL that are just going bananas? Then you have to take all of that into consideration as well.
Well, I mean, listen, you know, we get it, and I understand. I mean, of course, with them being favored, you know, when it comes to the big game, the big ticket, people think it's an automatic guarantee. But you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know.
He's kind of like entering into the LeBron effect, where they just tired of seeing you win. You know what I'm saying? And even though, well, I don't know about, I guess championships wise, I can't say that about LeBron, but winning as a person, sometimes people just get tired of seeing you win as a person. And he's winning on the field and off the field. So, you know, the hate's just going to come. That's just part of the deal.
All right. You know, this is make or break week, man. It's here, week 15. You know what I'm saying? Which teams do you see in a make or break situation, you know what I'm saying, in your opinion this week, man?
What team? Well, always my teams. I think every week for the Texans is make or break because we need to continue to win. We need to continue to get better. We need to continue to improve on the offensive line. We need to continue to do everything this week. So always for the Texans is a must-win week for me. Other teams, I don't even know. I mean, I don't really watch these guys like that. I'm sorry. I would have to do a little deep dive into that, but I'm not prepared to answer who got to do what this week. I'm sorry.
All good, Jay. Joe Burrows, man, you know what I'm saying? And of course, Chase Brown, he jumped into that Salvation Army, you know what I'm saying, kettlebell. You know what I'm saying? Some people are saying, man, they taking the celebration thing a little too far. I've heard other people say, hey, great look for the Salvation Army. You like these types of celebrations. Obviously, you on the offensive side of the ball. So, there's going to be plenty of times that, you may be looking for the opportunity to really celebrate and you earned it. But, you know what I'm saying, what are your thoughts on that? Are people being a little too critical of that or what?
I mean, I think you give an inch, they're gonna take a mile. Oh, that's kind of how it goes. You know what I'm saying? So if you're gonna let them celebrate, you got to let them celebrate all the way or nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have a problem with the guys having fun. I don't have a problem with the guys bringing attention to good causes. You know what I'm saying? Like that. So I think it's just more awareness, brings more fun to the game. And like I said, if you're gonna let them celebrate, man, let them go all the way out. So I enjoy it.
Okay, indeed, man. Let's get into the fair or foul aspect of things, man. Something that's been gaining traction is the news when Randy Moss said he was taking some personal time for some health-related issues. It came out through Larry Fitzgerald that Larry Fitzgerald stated that he had liver cancer, as well as I believe Tom Brady. This was before his family had a chance to address it. Do you think that that's fair or foul that they, took it upon themselves to speak on it before hearing it from the Moss family?
I think it's foul, especially if he talked to them behind the scenes and they actually knew that and he asked them to keep that private, which I'm sure he did. Because if he wanted it out there, he could have did it himself or he could have allowed his family to do it. So I definitely think that that's foul.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. We've been hearing a lot about the type of money going around in this transfer portal. And, it's definitely changed the game, man. And I mean, some of these numbers are amazing. So much so, man, I think I heard, I don't know if it was Channing speaking on, what would have happened if guys like Tim Tebow could have got to it back in their day. But is it giving players more opportunity or is it creating chaos for teams and the fans? Fair or foul on that?
Boy, that's a tough one. This is one of those. There's a lot of wins and there's a lot of losses in this situation at the end of the day. But me as a former player, I'm going to say fair because I'm just happy that the kids will be able to be compensated. I'm happy that the kids will be able to take care of their families a little bit earlier. Let's just say they don't make it to the NFL. Now, some of these kids, there's not a lot of kids that are making that type of money. I want everybody to understand that. Some of these kids are going to be able to do that because they're 5-star talent, really good 4-star talent. Most of these kids are not just walking around college just banking like that. So let's get that myth out of there first and foremost. But the ones that are earning it, I'm happy that they're able to take care of their family. I know when I was coming out, I would have been in a great position as the number one player out of Louisiana, first player to go to Ohio State. I would have been able to really write my ticket at Ohio State or anywhere else for that matter. Also, my boy told me the other day, yeah, Jay, you just played a couple decades too early, my boy.
Yeah, indeed, man. Shedeur Sanders, man. Obviously, he's talented. Do you see him as a franchise quarterback, and do you think that he's got the potential to be the number one pick, you know what I'm saying, in this upcoming draft with the things that he's done?
Haven't watched him a lot, seen some highlights here and there on IG. Looking at the numbers, the kid's had a phenomenal career at Colorado, had a phenomenal year this year. He doesn't throw a lot of interceptions. Obviously, his tutelage, and he's been coached by some of the best in the world for most of his life. So he definitely has a chance to be great at the next level. He definitely has a chance to be the number one pick. And, like I said, I don't watch Colorado. I don't watch them, but good luck to the young man. From what I know, he's a great young man.
Okay, no doubt. Do you feel like there's anybody else that's better? Obviously, y'all had a Buckeye quarterback for the Texans, but, is there any other quarterback that stands out to you in this upcoming draft?
I think Cam Ward. The only two that I would be able to compare right now is going to be out of those two. If you ask me, I think whoever has the better pro day, whoever interviews better at the combine, those type of things. But when you have a prime time marketing machine behind you, it's going to be hard to beat that machine that's behind him. So I think those two guys right there, like right here, and we'll see what the NFL thinks.
No doubt. Jay, appreciate you as always.